Okay, let's set up a keyword tracking campaign. I'm in my dashboard. Make sure you're in the right account, select your profile, and then let's go to tracking and phone numbers. So we're doing a keyword tracking campaign for telephone numbers. You'll notice down here I have keyword numbers. I have 4 of them. These are assigned to a keyword tracking campaign below here. This is for tracking AdWords. So I'm going to show you how to do that. The first thing is, how does it all work? Well, what we do is we create a pool of tracking numbers, and when a visitor arrives on your site, we check out a number and we show that user that unique number while they're visiting the site. When they phone that number, we record all the information, all the header tag information, so their keyword, where they came from, their IP address, etc. Once they leave the site, that number is then released back into the pool to be used by someone else. So think of someone walking into a store, you give him a telephone number to phone while he's in the store. So while he's browsing, if he phones that number, all his information about him is passed to our system based on that telephone number. When he leaves the store, he hands back the telephone number and someone else can use that from there on. So let's get this set up. The next question before we go any further is, you got to think how many people are coming to your website from Google AdWords at one time. So if you have, let's say, 40 people within an hour coming from Google AdWords, and they typically stay on your site for about 5 minutes, 4 numbers is probably good enough for about 40 visitors within an hour. I wouldn't go less than 4 numbers. If a visitor spends more than 5 minutes, say 15 minutes, I would then up the number of numbers in your tracking number pool. Okay, so let's go. The first thing we do is add a keyword tracking campaign. You say, I'm looking for search Google paid. So anyone comes from Google paid, meaning AdWords, we're going to track, and we can call it keyword test. And there we go. If we look down here, you'll see my keyword tests here. I have no numbers assigned. So we've created the keyword tracking campaign. The next thing we're going to go and do is assign numbers. So at the top here, if you already have numbers, you can reassign those to the new campaign. So I can take any number, click on here, and say I want to go put this number into keyword test. Update. And let's close it out. And what you'll see is I now have 1 number assigned to this keyword campaign and 3 to the old one. So if I go back to the old one, I can reassign it back to the old campaign. Okay. So what this means is, I'm going to delete this one. You don't need a whole lot of different campaigns. What this means is I have 4 numbers assigned to my keyword tracking campaign. Pretty much that's all the campaign does. It creates a campaign holder to hold the numbers. You can, if you need more numbers than 4, all you do is add a number. You go through the normal process of buying a number, and then when it comes down to it, when you're selecting the trigger options, you're going to select the keyword tracking and paid, update, and that number is assigned. So anytime someone comes to your site from Google AdWords, one of these numbers will be shown. If someone's already using a number, the next one will be shown. If all the numbers are out and not being used, then we'll show the default number. If you don't want to show default number, you can set up a Google AdWords number. So if you choose search Google paid, that won't be included in the keyword tracking campaign, but that will be a default number. So if all the tracking numbers are used, it will still be tracked as Google AdWords. You just won't have the keyword data. But most people just use default, or they have enough numbers in their keyword tracking campaign. I hope that helps. So first step, decide how many numbers you need. Then create a campaign down here. Once you've created a campaign, just add phone numbers to assign it, or you can reassign other numbers to that search campaign. So if I go do that again, it's just a normal tracking number. You're going to select yes for triggers to swap, go to keyword tracking, select the campaign you set up, update, and that number is assigned, and from then on it will be tracking the AdWords. So how that looks, if I go here, this call, Google CPC, you'll see that plus AdWords, in inverted commas, call tracking was used. There was a search query used to phone this number. Okay, and so any of them, if we go, that's Google Organic, it doesn't have keyword tracking. This one again, same thing. So that's it. The other thing it's going to show you is if you go to reports, leads by keyword, I can see the leads that generated the calls, and even the forms as well. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, just let us know. Thank you.